Welcome to the third day of Disney Princess Week. For this entire week, we'll be exploring the full stories of the first 7 Disney princesses by learning about their original tales, their background, and how they affected Disney and the world. After bringing to life both Snow White and Cinderella, Walt Disney would create one more princess with his direction. In Disney's 1959 film Sleeping Beauty, Aurora was animated for the world. She was a loving princess, elegant and calm, and epitomized the traditional princess of the golden age of Disney. Hello, I'm Isaac from Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people, and today I'm going to explain Princess Aurora's full story. If you are interested in checking out all of Aurora's appearances, I have provided all the links to her movies and the resources I used in the description. Princess Aurora is based on the fairy tale La Belle au Bois Dormant by Charles Perrault, and is created into a traditional Disney princess in Sleeping Beauty. In this story, there lived a kingdom ruled by King Stephen and his wife, Queen Leah. After struggling to have an heir to their throne, they finally have a baby girl who they named Aurora, which means sunrise or dawn in Latin, while in the original story, Sleeping Beauty was actually never given a name. As a traditional princess, Aurora's life seems to be a series of reactions instead of a variety of actions. Events happen to her without her actively taking part or having a say in what's going on around her. From the moment she is born, to celebrate the birth of the new princess, the king and queen invite everyone in the kingdom to the christening of their daughter, with the exception of one individual. People from all across the land came to bestow gifts and praise to the girl, including 3 fairies, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. In the original version, there were actually 7 fairies found in the realm who were invited to be the princess's godmothers at the christening, but Disney compacted these characters. Flora and Fauna simply gift Aurora with beauty and song, but before Merryweather completed her gift, the dark fairy Maleficent revealed herself, who was known as the 8th fairy in the original story. If you'd like to learn more about Maleficent, check out my full story on her in the description of this video. Regardless of which iteration is referenced, this uninvited fairy was furious and offended she had not been invited to such a high-class event. To take revenge on the disrespectful kingdom, Maleficent cursed the girl so that on her 16th birthday she would prick her finger on a spinning wheel and die. The 7th fairy in Perrault's story undoes the results of the curse so that the princess will fall into a profound slumber for 100 years and be awoken by a king's son. Merryweather in the Disney version changes the curse so Aurora will not die from pricking her finger, but instead be put to sleep to one day awake from true love's kiss. The whole conflict in Aurora's story is based around other characters' disagreement. She is just an individual who people attempt to control or protect instead of playing an active part in the story. In response to the evil fairy's curse, in the original story, the king forbids on pain of death that spindles and spinning wheels be kept in the house, while the Disney version has King Stephen attempt to rid the kingdom of all of the spinning wheels by burning them. The king is still unsure though this authority can protect them, so when the 3 good fairies suggest they hide her and raise her until her 16th year has passed, he accepts. The fairies raise her as mortals in the woods to hide their magic and identities from the outside world. Although in the Disney version, we see the fairies bickering playfully, in the film Maleficent, they state the fairies struggled to keep Aurora alive and were incapable as parents. Regardless, Aurora lives in the forest where she transforms into an elegant and mature woman. Because of her isolation, Aurora became slightly naive and carefree, but her presence in the woods also gave her a deep connection with the nature all around her. In the film Maleficent, we see Princess Aurora as a curious and thoughtful child who develops a bond with nature. She is a sophisticated and gentle person as well as a hopeless romantic, but once again she doesn't do anything about these dreams. While exploring the woods as she had done her whole life, she came into contact with Prince Philip, who she realizes is her true love from her dreams. They instantly fall madly in love in these initial moments and arrange to meet later that day at Aurora's cottage. Aurora had finally made the decision to be with Philip, but her plans are changed when the fairies reveal her true identity as the princess and explain they must head back to her kingdom. She is extremely upset that she will miss Philip, but goes along with the requests of the people around her. Not only is she extremely upset when she reaches the castle, but events only become worse from there. Maleficent lures Aurora to prick her finger, sending her into her foretold sleep. At this time, Maleficent also captures Aurora's true love, Prince Philip, while the three good fairies cast a spell on the kingdom to put them to sleep in hopes of only pausing their celebration. In the original story, the seventh fairy is summoned to cast a spell over the castle as Aurora sleeps while the king and queen depart from the kingdom. The seventh fairy also uses her magic to bring forth a forest of trees, big and small, with interlacing brambles and thorns to protect and shield the castle to safeguard the princess. In Disney's iteration, Prince Philip fights his way to Aurora's side with the help of the three fairies and is able to break Aurora's curse with true love's kiss. In the story in Maleficent, the true love does not come from the young Philip, but actually through the kiss of Maleficent, who has taken on a maternal love for the girl she had watched over. Finally, in Perrault's version, after 100 years, a king's son who was from another family awakens the sleeping princess, kneeling beside her. Along with the princess, the castle awakens, but the original story is not through with Sleeping Beauty just yet. The prince and princess are secretly married in the castle chapel, for the prince's mother despised the princess. The princess then bears two children, a girl, Laure, which is where Disney came up with the name of Aurora for Sleeping Beauty, and a boy, Le Jour, which means day. The mother of the prince didn't just hate Sleeping Beauty, but was also an ogress who loved to eat small children. The mother was able to send Sleeping Beauty and her children to a house in the woods and had a cook set up to prepare the three of them. But the cook instead prepared goat and sheep instead of the people. After finding out that the cook had lied and the princess and her children were safe, the ogress prepared a tub to cook them in. The prince caught his mother in the act just in time and in disgrace threw herself into the tub, killing her and allowing everyone else to live happily ever after. That is honestly one of the weirdest original stories I've ever read. Once the kingdom is brought to peace, turmoil comes once more to Aurora's kingdom in the storybook Disney's Maleficent's Revenge. In this story, Aurora actually plays a more heroic role. On the anniversary of Aurora and Philip's wedding, Maleficent returns to exact her revenge on the royal couple. Maleficent transforms everyone into stone, except for Aurora. To save her subjects and loved ones, Aurora travels to the Forbidden Mountains and offers her life in exchange for the kingdom. No one told her she had to sacrifice herself or what to do. Aurora finally just stood up for what she believed in. Maleficent agrees, placing Aurora in a sleep-like death, but Philip bears arms and fights the wicked fairy once again, defeating her and awakens Aurora with true love's kiss. In other works like Kingdom Hearts, Once Upon a Time, and the Disney parks, Aurora remains a constant, bright, pure-hearted, and sophisticated woman fit to be a princess. Aurora epitomizes the passive golden age princesses Disney became famous for. Out of all Disney princesses, Aurora has the least screen time, 18 minutes to be exact, and during those 18 minutes, she says only 18 lines, which also makes her, out of all the Disney princesses, the woman with the least amount of lines. She is cursed, so she is brought away. She turns out to be a princess and is brought to the castle. Maleficent curses her, and the prince revives her. Aurora isn't acting with any motivation in her life. Sleeping Beauty showed Walt Disney could still create an epic fantasy tale with wonderful songs, gorgeous visuals, with us feeling magical, but Sleeping Beauty did not succeed at creating a meaningful character out of Aurora. Sure, Aurora is still a girl known around the world with her castle prominent in many Disney parks, but there was a reason she was the last traditional Disney princess. Disney knew the next princess they would create would need to make a splash and redefine what a princess could be. When Disney brought to life another princess, they knew she would need to be contemporary, proactive, and yearn to be a part of another world. So now it's time for the question of the day, sponsored by my patrons. Now that we have completed the full stories on the golden age of Disney princesses, who is your favorite traditional Disney princess? Think mine would be Cinderella, although Snow White is a close second. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, along with any other ideas you have for future Discovering Disney episodes. I have many more princess videos coming your way this week, so if you'd like to stay up to date with new magical videos, then click that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. To see more What's Up videos, then check out some awesome pics over there. And finally, thanks for watching, and have a magical day.